No, wait, I need the microphone down. Duh. Sorry if you hear a slight echo there. But hello everyone, my name is Hero699 and today we're going to be playing through Security Breach, full game. And whilst playing Security Breach, the full game, I'm going to be talking about how stupid the Five Nights at Freddy's lore community is, including MatPat himself. I am sorry, MatPat, game theory, any game theorist for that matter, but you are all, hang on, but you are all wrong. I am sorry, but you are all incredibly wrong. I have figured out, after watching the FNAF movie and watching an entire playthrough thanks to Fusion Z Gamer and Daco for their Help Wanted 2 gameplay, for giving me some more lore aspect into what's actually happening in the FNAF lore to actually make some sense in this. So, in the FNAF movie, we are given 3 characters. One we've actually seen, actually 2 we've seen before, along with the FNAF gang, other than Willie Afton, which makes 3 characters, plus 4, actually 5, meaning 8 characters we've seen before. I am gonna mute the game, by the way. Just give me a minute here and let the safe mode go through. Okay.
Showtime over.
Options, audio. Let's lower you down all the way to 25, shall we? Sorry. Just want to be able to make sure that I can talk over Glavrock Freddy here, who seems to be the base booted or whatever. What the hell? Otherwise, sorry. Other than the original 8 characters that we knew, Michael, Vanessa, the original 4, Golden Freddy, the Endoskeleton making 9, sorry, we're probably gonna stand here for a minute. Other than them, the only new character that we had in the movie was Abby, which doesn't make a lot of sense, and the people who break into the pizzeria, the people in the dining scene, although in the diner scene is apparently the first scene ever, according to MatPat, scene 1, day 1, because MatPat stars in the movie, and it's poop! I'm kidding, the movie is fantastic, so is Matt. I mean, like, this dude was made for acting.
There you are.
So, according to the movie, adding on to the game lore, the movie takes place in the games. Just, it doesn't land in the right spot that you would think it does. The movie takes place after Five Nights at Freddy's VR 2, funny enough. After we free Vanessa from the control of Glitch Trap in Five Nights at Freddy's VR 2, this Vanessa, this one, that'll come around the corner here.
Your mother?
Your mother?
That is the security guard. She can help.
Yes, this Vanessa. Vanessa A. Vanessa Afton, as it is in the movie, who is related to William.
Take this. It is a novelty Freddy Fazwatch.
But otherwise, essentially, since Vanessa is one of the people that we have to save from the control of Glitch Trap, he basically, Glitch Trap is who's the he in this situation, controlled Vanessa in Five Nights at Freddy's VR into Security Breach, into Ruin, basically, well, until the end of Security Breach, which is the Vanny ending, surprisingly. And through the Vanny ending, we free Vanny from the control of Glitch Trap. So, theoretically saying, the only reason why Vanessa shows up after in the movie rather is because we freed her from Glitchtrap in the games. That's the only reason why she isn't controlled by is not William Afton, funny enough, Glitchtrap. I figured that out as much. So basically, since Vanessa isn't actually controlled by William and controlled by Glitchtrap, who is a separate entity, then William...
I'm sending you an encoded message.
Just let me press the damn button, Freddy!
Hello, Gregory. It is me, Freddy. I will escort you to the main entrance.
Freddy!
However, I am unable to leave this room. You should have...
Gregory, what are you doing?
There is a button on the wall that will open the door to the back room. I will make it accessible to you now.
Thanks, Freddy.
Well
Thanks for
done, Gregory.
nothing.
There is no... air vent inside.
Basically, since we freed Vanessa from the VR stuff in this game that I'm playing right now, and essentially, when we free Vanessa, she goes to the FNAF 1 building, essentially, and, she meets Michael Smith, the night guard, who we originally thought was Michael Afton, the son of William Afton, but found out is just Michael Smith, has a younger brother named Garrett, had a younger brother named Garrett, who would in the games be BV, otherwise known as the Bite Victim of 83, but most of us online just call him BV, or CC, or Chris, or Evan, or whatever his name is nowadays. And, essentially, the only reason why I say that, BV is Garrett is because that's the only stand-in in the game closest to Garrett to be able to relate to Mike and CC. So since Michael and CC are our main characters in FNAF 4, I'm calling CC Garrett and Mike just Mike, because Mike doesn't really change, really, other than the fact that his last name was different. But pretty much Michael Afton is not Michael Afton, it's Michael Smith, confirmed by the movie. And, essentially, since the movie proves that Michael isn't an Afton, but Vanessa is, that's the reason why her last name is A in the, texting stuff through the AR game to Lewis and stuff.
Please come let me out.
Right, it's Lewis, I think.
Go, superstar. I knew you could do it. I know how to
Basically,
get you out of here.
her and
Climb
Lewis
back into my
date.
chest cavity. There is still
Gregory
time,
is
but we
there
must
while
hurry.
they are
If I am
dating,
spotted, I will
and
certainly
Jung.
be taken back to my room.
But,
I will escort you to the main exit through the
shut up,
utility
would ya?
tunnels. It is the safest path.
Okay, but you better be careful moving around. I don't want to be crushed and twisted into a meat pretzel.
So basically, everything is leading up to something, trust me. This is a lore video explaining how lore works. Essentially, the way of how the FNAF lore works in the case of the movie and the games is that the movie connects to the games right after we free Vanessa from Glitchtrap and whatever. So, speaking of,
She's down here. We have to go back.
Do not worry, Gregory. Even if we are spotted, you are safe with me. She would never suspect we are traveling together. However, we should still do our best to avoid her. If I am sent back to my room, we will never get to the lobby before midnight. I feel you are broken.
Don't worry about it, I'm fine.
No, I feel that something is wrong. I am taking you to the first aid station.
There's no time. I'm fine.
Just does a like a 180. Flips through the wall there. That's some lore. Freddy can teleport too. That's also lore that we need to keep in mind. I'm gonna let Vanessa talk here.
You're supposed to be on lockdown.
Officer Vanessa, I do not know how I got here.
Well, you totally blew it tonight, you know. Your system crashed and you ruined the show. Now, Arts and Services have you on reduced power. They said as a safety precaution. Just one more thing to deal with.
I apologize.
Okay. Look, we're like 15 minutes from closing and some kid is sneaking around backstage. If you see anything, notify me immediately. I already alerted the others. Now, go back to your room.
I told you she was after me.
I said nothing. I will keep you safe.
Excuse me.
Let us go.
Essentially now that since Vanessa is free after this game, we know that we can scotch up to everything leading back to the game at the end of the movie.
Now under the Pizzaplex.
From the movie
Tunnels connect
to
all the attractions.
FNAF VR, actually, the second one, it gets a little confusing as of the true ending of
Correct.
FNAF VR.
Monty Golf.
Vanny is again shown to be in her Vanny suit, or Vanessa rather, is shown in her Vanny suit, which we should have gotten rid of. But I guess since the place of Five Nights at Freddy's VR 2 takes place is at some point during the Pizzaplex instead of afterwards, but it doesn't make sense, meaning that it has to take place before Ruin, but it takes place after Ruin, because if we have the Vanny mask on as our character, meaning that we are Cassie in FNAF VR 2, essentially, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know. Essentially, since that doesn't make a lot of sense, that we freed her, but then she's all of a sudden back to being under Glitchup's control after we left the Pizzaplex. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense now, does it? So that's where the lore gets confusing, and I scotch it up to that Steel Wool is just stupid, or the ending isn't of how it actually implies. Okay, Freddy. The ending of how it is played out in the free Vanny ending, essentially, is different to of how FNAF VR 2 works, which is a little strange, meaning that FNAF VR 2 takes place right after this, which is right after FNAF VR, which is a little confusing, if I do say so myself, that FNAF VR takes place before FNAF VR 2, but it takes actually place before where I am right now, which makes no sense. They need to fix the lore a little bit, that she's not in her Vanny costume probably, and just make her Vanessa. Well, that would kind of ruin the aesthetic of the wave and her being Vanessa instead of Annie, because they would need to animate a whole lot of hair, but that's something I don't really care of, other than Glitch Trap being destroyed. So, to FNAF VR 2, of the true ending, the ending that you actually get for just playing the game normally, and not caring about finding the secrets, that I will link in the description of how to actually get all the secrets, because Daco has made a very lovely video that I do recommend you should go and watch. And that sense of how to get the normal ending You just play the entire game like normal and not collect any plushies other than probably like one or two as a coincidence or accident.
You found a
And
security office. You should be quite safe here. The doors were designed to keep our highly trained security staff safe in the event of an emergency. As long as the doors stay closed, which they will. As long as there is ample power.
Freddy! The power's only at 15% and they're pounding on the door! How am I gonna get out of here?
Do not panic. You should see an interface on the security desk. Hold on while I make it accessible to you. There. You can now activate security protocols. Your fast watches now connect those boxes on your mini-map are nearby security cameras. When movement is detected by the camera's motion sensors, you should see red alert icons. Switch between the cameras to find a safe path out of the office and to the main lobby.
so, the normal ending of the FNAF VR 2 makes you, excuse me, into the bot at the start, basically, of Ruin that gives Cassie her mask. It says, take a mask, thank you, and whatever she says, or something, but essentially mask bot. The fact that we become Maskbot doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because then our character gets stuck in the game forever, like how the original ending of FNAF VR was supposed to work, is that the character gets trapped in the game forever. But if we do both good endings instead of the bad ending, as I call them, which is getting trapped in the VR forever, and if you do the good ending, the true endings, essentially, and get all the secrets and whatever, and get Glitch Trap as a plushie in the first game, and then in the second game for FNAF VR, you need to collect a whole bunch of, like, voodoo plushies of the originals just to unlock the secret area where you play Princess Quest, you become the princess in VR, because you play it in VR apparently. What are you doing? How did I not just sorry, what? So
No! Wait, I'm still here! Now what am I supposed to do?
How unfortunate, Gregory. You missed your chance. But there is still hope. You should be able to escape when the security doors reopen at 6 a.m. Until then, keep moving and try not to draw attention to yourself. If there is another way out, I will help you find it. I promise.
So essentially in FNAF VR, when we go to whatever to get the plushies, essentially the voodoo plushies as I call them, which basically it's just a voodoo doll with a FNAF head on it or whatever, like the head of a character, any character, which is the FNAF 4 gang. Not FNAF 4, the original 4, and Golden Freddy, and the puppet. Which, if you get all 6 of the stuff, you basically get a secret ending where you get transported to the FNAF 5 elevator, so sister location elevator. you get dropped down into a very abnormally large vending machine, and then Moon comes out of the ceiling or whatever, and like Vatty's in front of you when you get sent down into the vending machine. And when you give Moon the plushie that's right next to you, which is the plushie of Glitch Trap, you
The ticket doesn't even
essentially
work. It says good for entrance to the lobby shops.
um
Upgrade options available at customer service. Also,
you basically give Moon, which is essentially the claw, and essentially the claw is Moon. Moon is claw. Yes, that is world for Moon in the arcade cabinet, essentially in the little claw game, which you can find twice in the main hub. Well, once is when you complete a mini game or just game, and then the second time is just in your main hub world. You can also find one but that one's out of order. The one at the end of each mini game actually works and stuff, you know. So you get dropped as a miniature version of yourself into one of them. You give the Glitch Trap plushie from the first VR game, which is from the official canon true ending, as I called it originally. Basically, you give Glitch Trap to Moon,
good for one
and
free
Moon
prize
brings
from
it to the
Glamrock
little
Gifts
drop
while
chute
supplies
to give to
last.
Vanny, essentially, because she's playing uh, the the claw game. And when you give Moon the plushie, he drops it into the area where she can pick it up and whatever. And essentially, after she gets Glitch Trap out of the machine, he becomes his normal self somehow, and is able to see Vatty, and he does like a very Pacific motion, like hand motion to Vanny, like not like a hey, hello, or like a wave or anything. He's like putting his hand to cover like her giant eyes or whatever because of how bright they are, because of how big Vanny is compared to him. And what she does to Glitch Trap is basically squashes him with her hands, sorry. Um, and when she does that, Glitch Trap turns into dust, essentially. And,
It ain't my pass.
Perhaps there is a way to hack it back out. Try Glamrock Gifts. They have lots of trinkets, knickknacks, and doodads.
when, after that, Vanny just waves and then backs off into the darkness. We don't know what happens to Vanny. We know what happens to Glitch Trap. And I call that the canon ending because we basically got rid of Glitch Trap for a second time. Cassie is trapped down underneath the Pizzaplex somewhere. We don't know where she is under the Pizzaplex, but I'm assuming the next game that's going to come out after I'm able to play FNAF VR, finally, the new one, which is going to be in early, not even early spring. Well, I think it's early spring according to their post. But essentially, when spring rolls around for the new FNAF game to come out, essentially, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get both endings. I'm gonna get everything that I need to this time since the other one I haven't actually finished yet, but I know the ending. Thanks, Daco and Fusion again for that. Again, because I've actually watched both of them do it. I watch mainly Daco because I love Daco and his stuff. but I also like Fusion as well. You should go subscribe. I'll probably leave them both in the description after uploading this stream. And Dako's video explaining of how to get them as well. But essentially, the way of how the lore works after changing everything around makes the game a little different. So, since what I'm stating is basically true facts about the lore of how it's changed over the days, over the years,
Freddy, I found the free gift.
It's a crappy
and
Mr. Hippo fridge magnet? Lame.
I am sorry, Gregory. I am truly sorry.
so basically, since the entire lore that I just stated is basically the true lore of the entire game now, and the fact that
The machine.
um
Oh man, now it's some kind of
Mike and Abby are actually not related to Afton. Abby is not
It's on the second floor balcony.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth is his other daughter. Potentially. His wife has to be a brunette. To be able to have Elizabeth and Vanessa both as blondes, meaning that William Afton is potentially actually blonde himself, or that Mrs. Afton's genes are just very dominant in the gene department, because he had two girls, both being brunette, who presumably both look like Mrs. Afton, which are insane that is chances, or the fact that Elizabeth and Vanessa are just twin sisters and were born at the exact same time, making them the exact same age. Actually would make a lot more sense, you know. And since I'm basically making them the same age to be twin sisters, that means that they would be the exact same age as the year of whatever FNAF VR 2 takes place, or whatever. And that means Mr. William Afton and Mrs. Afton are both related one way or another to this. That means essentially, god dang it, that since Mrs. Afton's genes are just pro-dominant instead of Mr. Afton is presumably brown-haired or even just black-haired too. We have no clue, honestly, to prove anything other than just theorize to get a result that we like. Essentially, since I've accumulated so much lore to this point that Mr. Afton probably has the same hair color as his wife, to have two of the same children of the same hair color, which is brunette, meaning that Mr. Afton's hair is probably blonde, and his wife's hair is probably like that orange color as you see Elizabeth's. That means that since... Oh, so much lore. Michael, Garrett, and, Abby are not related to the Aftons. That means the one who would take over the franchise after William's death would have to be Vanessa. Since, so essentially that, Vanessa is going to take over the pizzeria company afterwards. In trouble. Dang it. What? I just... No. Okay. They do have an invisible wall, dang it. This new headset is hurting me, sorry. Vanessa and Mike might be dating. That's why he might be called Michael Afton, but he's called just Michael Smith for now in the movie. But I'm assuming that Michael and Vanessa are going to be dating in the future. Just an assumption, because I think that might be what happens. Goodbye, Moon.
I do not know what you did, but the lights are out in the daycare.
I really don't know what to say anymore, really. This stream is basically just supposed to be a video, but since I didn't want to record, I just thought streaming might ease my mind a little bit instead of recording. Since I don't really want to record any more YouTube videos, I prefer streaming. So, the fact that streaming is going to be more prominent on this channel, and the Here's 699 Live channel, the fact that I'm going to be live very much more often is honestly a lot better than recording a video, because recording a video means I need to edit it, which I do have editors for, but I don't really need them. I have them to edit my streams, like edit stuff out of the highlights and stuff, you know. But essentially, the only reason why I have editors other than for editing videos, of course, is to edit stuff out of the streams that I don't need anymore. Why, hello, Moon. Looks like you're busy. Essentially, I don't really have anything else to talk to, like I said. This video is supposed to be a video, but I thought streaming would just be better, honestly. Um, like I said that multiple times. I am very sorry if I do, if I am repeating stuff. It's just that I'm kind of trying to say stuff, but also do stuff at the exact same time, you know? If I'm in Moon's way, I die. Summoning at the... I have the green one. I have the pink one. I have the yellow one. I need the blue one.
Rule breaker, rule breaker! You are banned from the daycare! Security alert! Security alert! Gregory, jump in!
Oh,
Get
Chica!
out of here now! They have found you!
Brrrr, Chica,
They
you
cannot
you
find
good?
you while we are together.
Yeah?
We are almost out of time. We need to get to a recharge station immediately. Every hour the power is diverted to the recharge stations. When that happens, the lights go out. And when that happens, the daycare attendant is free to roam the building. It will find you.
Cool. And I did say this would be a full playthrough, so I mean, I might just be quiet for the rest. See ya.
What was that?
That is a fountain. A fountain is a decorative reservoir used for discharging water.
Not the fountain. You didn't see the dancing rabbit lady right in front of us?
No, I did not. There is no rabbit at the Megapizza Plex. Not anymore.
crazy. It's like the whole place is trying to get me.
I am not.
Why?
I do not know. I want to help you. Maybe they want to help you too.
I doubt it. For some reason, you're different.
Good news. The front doors will open in 5 hours.
Good news? 5 hours? I'm not gonna last 5 minutes!
Do not panic. If we get separated again, you can always call me on your fast watch. As long as I have power, and I am able to reach you. We should get moving. You can access the main atrium with your new security badge.